D Chance, the philosopher, back at it. And tell y'all the difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament. For people who don't understand why the Bible is separated into two sections or whatever. And this may help people be able to better interpret the Bible, or interpret like what's the meaning, what is it really saying? Because a lot of people may not know. No, I don't even believe the Bible is in chronological order. Anyway, but the Old Testament is about nations, races of people. You know what I'm saying? Law and order. And that's what the Old Testament about. Like things that's happening today, it wouldn't happen in the Old Testament. They was actually like real, no sense, like they weren't playing no games with nobody. They had rules and regulations that you did some fuck shit. You did some fake or something that wasn't under their rules, their government, they liable to stone you to death or kill you or whatever. They even had one part where if you in tour with somebody, you can fight them, and your wife can jump in. But if she jump in and hit the man in the nuts in his private area, they'll chop off her hand. You see what I'm saying? So in the Old Testament, they really didn't play. They just lived by morals and standards of living. Like there was no tolerance, no mercy or anything. As far as people were concerned, God He showed nations mercies and people as always, but that was the energy back then. Zero tolerance for the bullshit. Thieves, murderers, all that. They weren't playing no games. And it was right. It was right for back then. It wasn't no interracial marriage or anything. They weren't playing no type of games. If you were black, you married black. If you were white, you married white. They weren't playing no type of games. You know what I'm saying? They were really going to war, battling for territory and land and all that. They were really battling for land and territory, and the nation of people. Like the government was different. You will see one race of people all in the same country, another race in another country. They didn't do all that intermingling. You know what I'm saying? It was real set laws to live by. Because the government in the Old Testament was the righteous government. They did real things. They treated people fairly. As far as if you was an immigrant coming to America, or a different race, a person coming to the country or something, they didn't treat you wrong. You know what I'm saying? It was fair. They probably had really had different taxes or whatever for you, and you were labeled as this, and you knew you couldn't get out of place or get out of hand. Today's government, everything that was right back in the Old Testament is wrong now because people so sensitive. You couldn't be sensitive back in the Old Testament. There wasn't no room for that. You know, get out your feelings. You know, because that's how the Old Testament was. Yep. It's about doing what's right by any means. You know, it was about law back then. Love and law. Well, law. Love is in the New Testament. It's about love. Because, you know, the Old Testament, us as people, we not strong enough to live by laws. You know what I'm saying? We weak. For people in general are weak. God seen that he was just getting weaker and weaker. And weaker and just kept getting weaker and weaker as humans. You know. As black people. Because we, in the Old Testament, we basically ran the world. In the New Testament, the world ran us. And that's what we're living in now. The New Testament. Where we slaves. And we really don't have a home, a house for ourselves. Us as Africans. Us as black people. But your New Testament about love, like accepting everybody for who they are. And that's where Jesus came in at Horus or whatever his name was back then. I know people say his name wasn't Jesus, but that's where he came in at to die for everybody, to sacrifice, so people can just have free will to be whatever they want to be. You want to be fake, you want to be real, you want to get money, you want to be broke. You know, you want to be messy, you know, you want to be a killer or robber. You got the free will to do it. Because God knew we weak. We was in the New Testament. We was weak as people, and we couldn't live up to a righteous government. That's non-existent. Non-existent, as you can see today. That's non-existent. That didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? A righteous government that don't exist. You know, people just feeble. Don't have no morals and things like that. And God, since God loves his kids, he wants to see everybody free. You know what I'm saying? To do as they please. Even though it may be wrong, he might not agree with it, but you know, just like a parent, if your parent loves you, they're gonna accept you for who you are. They're gonna tell you right, but if you do wrong, then that's cool too, because they created you. You know what I'm saying? You're a part of them, so you know, how would they be getting mad at you or not loving you because you doing something they don't agree with? You know, that's how God looked at it. Like, we are human, we are his child. Every race of people his child. Just, you know, we married outside our race, which he don't agree with that, but he don't condemn it either, because I mean, he died for our sins. Like I said, the New Testament about love, you know, mercy. You know, like love is accepting people for who they are. That's love, and not trying to change them. Like, I was reading some type of parable or philosophy or something, where it was saying, like, you know, if a flower was coming out the ground or something and it was crooked, and that's how it grew crooked. You know, if you really love that flower, you'll let that flower just be crooked, and you wouldn't try to change that flower. And that's the truth. I don't know if it's that per se how they would say it, but that's the truth though. If you love something, you'll let it be what it is. So in the New Testament now, it's individualism. You know, if you want to live right, you can choose to live right. That's your free will. You know, back in the Old Testament, it was really about laws and nations of people. You know, you had to obey those laws, and they weren't playing with you. Now in the New Testament, it's about love. Accept everybody who they are. And if you choose to live right, live right. If you choose to live wrong, live wrong. However you choose to be, you can be that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is under law anymore. That's when Jesus died. law was counsel. You can still live by law if you choose to. You know what I'm saying? That's your personal preference. You can live right if you choose to, but you don't have to. Cause we all fall short. You know what I'm saying? We all equal. You see what I'm saying? Because it's fucked up from way, way, way back then. And God knew. When the New Testament came in, it is God knew we couldn't keep living up to laws. You know, people as time went on, people was less and less built for laws. You see what I'm saying? And standards of living. You know, people, women want to date women, men want to date men. You know that wasn't in the Old Testament. That wasn't flying like that. That just wasn't something you can just do. You know, but God understand that now our people sensitive, and we don't want to live by law. We want to, you know, everybody want to be happy-go-lucky and do that will, do what they want to do, and He set us free to do that because He loves us. You know, and that's what I want to say. Like, you know, I just want to tell the difference between the Old Testament and New Testament. You know, I could get deeper, but I'm not. But yeah, the Old Testament was about law. You know, you do wrong, you get wrong. Lay down and get down. Old Testament was about law, get down, lay down. New Testament was about love and mercy. Look, accept people who they are, don't try to change them. Do right if you choose to, do wrong if you choose to. It's your life, live it how you want to live it. That's New Testament. I still love you. That's God saying I still love you. That's New Testament. And mercy, just, you know, everything don't need to respond. You don't have to be the tough. You don't have to put your hands on. You know, just mercy. Like, letting some people make it because you understand some people are just ignorant. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Old Testament is law. New Testament is love. How did y'all D Chance philosopher?